Mark Robbins wearing the number 10 shirt, vacated by Mark Hughes, who's on the subs bench this afternoon. United kick off, and if a win comes their way today, they could find themselves moving up that table. Blackmore. And an early challenge by United, but the ball being pushed out of play on this near side touchline. And McClare leaves the throw. Pallister. Steve Bruce wearing the skipper's armband this afternoon. Ray Wilkins, the skipper of Queen's Park Rangers, former United player, back at Old Trafford for the first time this season. And that's Tony Roberts in the Rangers goal. Won easily there by Pallister. The challenge coming in from Falco, but it was Pallister who was the strong man there. That's Wilkins with the touch forward. And Pallister being kept busy early on as both teams test each other out. Les Sealey. Met by the head of McClare, off to Ince. That's Dennis Irwin, unable to set off on a run forward. Interception by Maddox. And forward come Rangers. Well, Russell Beardsmore just a little bit over-enthusiastic chasing back there, giving away the free kick, and this is a dangerous one. Ray Wilkins, the playmaker. And what do Rangers have up their sleeves from this one? Quite easily taken there by Les Sealey, no danger whatsoever. And United start the attack down the left-hand side. Blackmore. McClare to Ince. A little touch off by Webb, but Ince has to fight for this one. Paul Ince. McClare's to the right. Ince with the ball, which was just cut out there. Chance again for United to rebuild from midfield. Steve Bruce. Beardsmore. That's Webb. There's a break on, but a little bit of hefty defending there by Rangers. There was an easy touch off with Maddox standing by, but the ball didn't work through to him, and it's out for the first corner of the game. Dennis Irwin will take. McClare. Brian McClare with the overhead kick. Just 3 minutes gone, and he makes no mistake at all. The Dennis Irwin corner, the little touch forward, and McClare almost on the goal line, an overhead kick, and it's 1-0. This United's 5th league game of the season. And so far they've beaten Coventry, drawn at Leeds, lost at Sunderland, beaten Luton at Luton, and now they're ahead against QPR. Victory this afternoon would be sweet indeed. Here's Ince. United looking for the second straight away. Of course, the big story in Manchester has been the fact that Mark Hughes has been left out of the lineup to make way for Mark Robbins, and it's quite a gamble. Les Sealey taking a gamble as well, playing centre-back. A gamble for Alex Ferguson, and Les Sealey telling his defenders not to gamble either. Use your heads, says Sealey, and use your eyes. Another free kick for Rangers in a dangerous position. And that really was a bit of slack marking by United. Once again, Wilkins is over there to plan things out. Roy Wegerle could try a shot here. Danny Maddox lurks off the play. In comes the shot against the United wall. And no danger at all. Les Sealey, the United hero, came in at the end of last season. Everyone knows the remarkable story of how Sealey took over from Jim Leighton in goal for the FA Cup final replay. And Les Sealey is still a hero at Old Trafford. Fierce challenge on Blackmore. And that's surely a free kick. And it was Falco coming in with feet flying. Blackmore's free kick. Parker, the England man, did well for Rangers there. They're building up down this right-hand side. There's a free man on the break down that right. But Blackmore has other ideas. United break again. McClare. He's got Robbins free in the centre. Decides to use Ince instead. Crossfield switch. Irwin brings in Pallister, who carries it forward, just looking for space, but Rangers have fallen back. Now Ince has to create. Beardsmore. Robbins. Oh, and a good save there by Roberts. Mark Robbins, first real scoring chance the youngsters had. Shows you how lethal he can be and how brave he is. Robbins going in when it hurts and getting hurt. Chance for Jim McGregor to use his skills. And United on the attack again. There's the diving header from Robbins, and he just got caught by the boot as he went in for that one. Long clearance downfield by Roberts, but Pallister there to sweep up. It's back with Sealey. Phelan didn't quite control that one. Here's Wilkins. Parker on the overlap. Good defending by Blackmore. Wilkins. Bit of an untidy challenge there, more than anything else, by Irwin. And the free kick as Wegerle goes down, and Kenny Sansom, former England fullback, starts to organise things. Pallister, did he miss it or did he leave it? Blackmore picks it up, whatever Pallister did then. McClare. Bruce, been urged by the crowd to get things moving, but United playing it patiently, and the fans don't like that at all. Trying to pull Rangers out, holding the ball in defence, but it looks to the fans as though they don't know what's going to happen, and this is the sort of thing that can happen. Rangers quick to break. Wegerle, and a golden opportunity there. Well, it just shows you, play around with the ball in defence and you'll get punished. And Alex Ferguson did not like that at all, and neither did Les Sealey. Could so easily have been 1-1, but at half-time it stays at United 1, QPR 0. That third-minute goal from Brian McClare. Yet another free kick for Rangers, and yet another instance where United giving the ball away in dangerous positions, but there's nothing dangerous about that challenge from Pallister. Did well as Wegerle was coming in down that right-hand side. Ray Wilkins, so obviously the playmaker for Rangers, and the Londoners trying to recover from not such a good start to their season. Seeley underneath the cross once again. No real danger being posed by Falco coming in. Now it's McClare again, breaking from that web pass. What can he do this time? Not so much according to Ray Wilkins. Ince with a shot, and, well, Collins yet to score a league goal for United since his transfer, his much publicised transfer from West Ham last season. Scored 2 goals in the Littlewoods Cup at Portsmouth in his debut game, and since then the goals have dried up. Bruce again. Robbins with the chest. McClare looks for support on that left side. Sees Beersmore out there, but Beersmore getting closed down all the time by Parker. Finds Webb though. Good ball from Webb, and that was Parker doing the clearing up. It was Mannix actually who was closing down Beersmore a moment ago, but this is it. Webb with a chance of a shot. But no, always going wide. Perhaps look closer to the fans on this near side, but you could see that one was curling away from Tony Roberts' right-hand post all the time. Still 1-0. The goal coming after just 3 minutes. Is that the only goal we're going to see this afternoon? Blackmore, the Welsh international midfielder, now playing left full-back and enjoying that role. Scored United's goal in the Charity Shield on August the 18th, the goal which really lifted the Welsh youngster, who's followed in the footsteps and in the shadows somewhat of Mark Hughes throughout his career. Long one from Seeley this time. Robbins finding it hard to get past Alan MacDonald, and Seeley can try again. Seeley, who a year ago was in the Luton reserve side, and here he is playing at Old Trafford for Manchester United in a First Division game in front of a crowd of over 43,000. Free kick then for United, and Blackmore looks likely to be the architect. What can he conjure up here? Not an awful lot. MacDonald clears to Bruce. Back again. MacDonald touches back, and no real danger. Roberts can sweep those up all afternoon. Webb. Good ball from Webb. Now here's Robbins. What can Robbins do? Oh, he can score! Mark Robbins from outside the penalty area. That lovely right foot shot along the ground. Roberts no chance at all. And Mark Robbins chalks up another goal. He scored last week at Luton, and that's just why he's replaced Mark Hughes. Robbins is lethal. And that shot from outside the box, the finishing touch. Mark Robbins scores again. Now can United turn it on? 2-0 they lead. Ince to Webb. Ince. Phelan on a run. Can Mike Phelan chalk one up? Just blocked, just in the nick of time by the Rangers defence. The outstretched boot of MacDonald just got to that one as Kenny Sansom came in too, and that prevented Phelan from chalking up a goal. So the Londoners with it all to do now. trailing 2-0. Pallister can take his time. The United fans can celebrate, and McClare and Robbins have their names on the score sheet. MacDonald again. Pallister, the big man, goes down. It seemed to get a knock there from Falco, and Paul Ince didn't like that, says that Falco elbowed. Now, did he use the elbow? He certainly went in, and referee Phillips spotted that one. And there's a bit of arguing going on, and Falco's been silly, in fact so silly. Off he goes. No doubt at all that he committed the offence with the elbow, but was it that extra little bit of arguing that earned him the red card? And this afternoon's crowd, 43,427. Not the biggest so far this season, but certainly hot on the heels of the opening game against Coventry, when 3,000 more turned up. 46,715 that afternoon to see United win 2-0. That's the score they lead by now, as Rangers try to get something out of this game. 10 men they play with now after the sending off of Mark Falco. Always a fiery character, Falco. But this season, with referees tightening up on what they call the professional foul, the referees are cleaning up the game all over the field, it would appear. And referee Phillips, no hesitation in giving the Rangers man his marching orders. Blackmore, the long ball. McClare just couldn't scoop it back, and look who's there on the right-hand side of your picture coming in. Yes, Mark Robbins, who's been likened to Dennis Law, not just for his blonde hair, but for his sharpness around the penalty area. And give him half a chance and he'll score a goal, as he's already shown us this afternoon. Simon Barker, the Rangers substitute, doing the hard work down that right-hand side and winning a corner. And Les Sealey, I think, is a little bit puzzled by that one, but the referee, no hesitation at all in awarding the corner. The ball must have flicked off Blackmore as Barker played it forward. So can Rangers pull something back? Not with corners like that. Webb heads that one out easily. And really the long ball wasted by Rangers, and also perhaps the wrong ploy to use with Pallister in the centre, because at 6'4", he towers above everybody else in that defence, and surely the way to get around Pallister is by putting the ball along the ground. Here's Ince on the break and running at full tilt. Oh, but a poor one from him, and Rangers wanted the offside. The offside flag was raised by the linesman on that far side, but referee Phillips waves play on. Ball rebounding off a Rangers player anyway, and now they have it on the left-hand side. Wegley can't prize it away from Bruce, and the defence able to play it back to Sealey, who so far this season has conceded just 2 goals, and those were in the away defeat at Sunderland, and an excuse for those as well. Concussed in the first minute and with a very badly bruised elbow. United played virtually without a goalkeeper in that game, but Sealey stayed on the field because there was no one else to take over. Pallister, and here's Robbins again. Robbins with a chance. Oh, and what a delightful chip from this young player, Mark Robbins. Absolutely brilliant stuff. The ball fed through to him from McClare, then that delightful left foot touch from Robbins. 3-0, and United with their tails up now. But Rangers still not finished. And some hard work down that left-hand side, and some hard work for Sealey as well. Blackmore was there to cover. Wegley was just sniffing around in case Sealey didn't hold it. But Les Sealey, the season campaigner, dropping on that one and organising his defence. Really loves his football, does Les Sealey, and is enjoying this Indian summer of his career. Rangers still looking for some consolation out of this game, but the minutes are ticking away and the chances of that are getting thinner. Wilkins would like to create something to Barker, and there's a break here on the right-hand side for Rangers. There's men to spare in the middle. Here's a chance for Wegerle. And that was that handball by Steve Bruce. The referee spotted something. The crowd are not going to react, but Les Sealey certainly is. And United have given away a penalty, and Les Sealey is letting rip at Steve Bruce. And Steve Bruce is far from happy, you can tell. So Roy Wegerle with the chance to save something in this game, and Les Sealey will be a bit disappointed. And he'll be furious now because Wegerle tucks that one away. And last week, away at Luton, Les Sealey had a clean sheet. He had a clean sheet against Leeds. In his last home game, he had a clean sheet, and the only goals he's conceded were in that game at Sunderland, where he was groggy for most of the afternoon. So Les Sealey will have a few words with his stand-in skipper as United start again. 3-1 now the scoreline, when it looked as though it was going to be a clear and comfortable 3-0 victory. And there, the last touch of the afternoon to Steve Bruce, but certainly not the last word. Some handshakes and some shakes of the head as well. Les Sealey absolutely angry and furious to give it away, but the hero of the afternoon, Mark Robins, with his 2 goals after 61 and 81 minutes. Robins, the new hero for United, going to be congratulated by Wilkins, the old hand. We move on to the 22nd of September. United at home to Southampton. And this one, an important fixture because the Reds have slipped down the table. They were third after their victory over Queen's Park Rangers. Then they were beaten 4-0 at Anfield and slipped to 6th place. Victory today will keep them near the top. Mark Hughes back in the side after being rested for that last game, and he pairs up in a forward line which has Robins, McClare and Hughes all in it. Beardsmore and Sharp on the subs bench this afternoon, and this is Hughes towards Robins, but not going to get there, and Ruddock left that one for Adams to clear downfield. Southampton have Tim Flowers in goal, and Alexei Cherednik, the Russian fullback, in their lineup this afternoon. This is Osman, and there, just to show you, is the goalkeeper Flowers. Took over from Peter Shilton, and Shilton moved north and went to Derby County. And Tim Flowers will be hoping to impress at Old Trafford after making his debut here a couple of seasons ago. Also, you'll notice in the United lineup Viv Anderson playing in the back 4 because Steve Bruce misses this one. Steve Bruce was sent off for that first professional foul in the game at Luton. That was played on the 4th of September, and so he has a 3-match suspension. Here's a chance though, but once again the United defence stands solid, and Southampton, who've got a good record here at Old Trafford, start again down the right-hand side. That was Letizier. McClare across field, and Phelan takes over. A bit of a battle in the middle there between Barry Horn and Michael Phelan, and the referee, Mr. Alpin, decides that that was unfair by the Southampton man. Pallister. Hughes underneath it, and a leap by Cherednik on the back of Hughes, and unfair, says the referee. And a bit hard, says Mark Hughes. That one hurt. And Mr. Cherednik says that Mr. Hughes was bowing or making a back, whatever the Russian is for making a back. But it's a free kick nonetheless to United. And what can they use on this one? Clayton Blackmore establishing himself as the free kick taker, the free kick expert these days, but Neil Webb is also likely to have a dig. Who's it going to be? Your guess as good as mine. And the Southampton wall are going to be kept guessing as well. It's Blackmore from Webb, and a good one, and a good save, and a scramble, and it's anybody's, and in the end it's not clear, but not clear enough, and Flowers rolls back, and did that one go out for the corner? It did, according to Neil Webb, and that clearance hit a Southampton defender in the face, and was almost, in fact, there's a few arms been raised, a little bit of concern there. I think it was Barry Horn who got the knock, but it's a corner nonetheless. Webb will take it. Pallister's up there, out for another corner, this time off the body of Ruddock, who did well to cut out the leap by the United big man. 6'4" of Pallister coming in from the outside the box is quite a threat. Corner number 2. Dennis Irwin's first corner of the afternoon. What can he do? It's a good one, it's deep, it's over the top of everybody, and Captain Webb chips one over towards Anderson, knocked away by Southampton. Pallister again, back to Irwin, to Pallister. Blackmore was free on the left-hand side, but the ball just wouldn't work its way there, and so Adams clears for Southampton. Onto this right-hand side for Cockrell to carry forward. He had an overlap there from Cherednik and decided not to use him. The blocked shot coming off Anderson, and United just getting pushed back by a lively Southampton side at this moment. Cherednik again. Was that offside? The linesman spotted it, and the run by Horn is cut out. And so United have time to reorganise themselves and breathe again. Maldonaghy playing left full-back for United this afternoon, with Blackmore on the left-hand side of midfield. Phelan, his pass blocked, and Phelan didn't quite know where the ball had gone then. And here's a break on the right-hand side for the little fella, Rodney Wallace, whose brother misses out on this one. Danny is injured and has yet really to show his skills for United, the sort of skills that Rodney shows in the Southampton shirt these days. Webb, Phelan to his right, Hughes in front of him. There's Phelan, couldn't get to that one at all though, and Adams will clean up in front of that all-seater section over on that far side of Old Trafford now known as the North Stand lower section, former United Road paddock, an all-seater as United head towards an all-seater stadium in a couple of years, and Southampton head towards the United goal, but once again Anderson is there, and it's back in the safe hands of Seeley. Maldonaghy, former teammate of Seeley's at Luton Town. Blackmore, and the Welsh connection there, Blackmore to Hughes, but Hughes deciding not to chase after that one. Cherednik, the long throw back to Flowers, talking then about the stadium. United Stadium development, of course, been affected by all the restrictions being imposed on football clubs these days, and it won't be very long before Old Trafford is all cantilever and all-seater. The capacity will be down somewhat, 48,000 now. Here's McClare though, and a good break. McClare across into the middle, but cut out. And this 40,000 plus crowd, I was mentioning the crowd just there as McClare broke, this 41,000 crowd this afternoon will probably be around the capacity when it's all-seater. Irwin with the corner. His teammates know what the signal means. Over it comes. Oh, McClare knows as well. McClare read that one like a book. The Dennis Irwin near post corner. McClare rose and marked above everyone. It went in off a defender, but it was going in all the way. And Brian McClare knocks us up another one. 1-0, 20 minutes gone. got his third goal of the season for United in the 20th minute of this game, but Southampton now coming back. Wallace with a break coming in from the right, but good work there by Blackmore. Obviously this is United's ploy today, to put Blackmore on Wallace on this right hand side and close him down whenever they can, and he's yet to escape the clutches of Blackmore. Cherednik's throw, a run on the left-hand edge of the penalty area, looking at it from a United point of view, but the ball back out of play for a throw on the Southampton right. Cherednik will try the long throw. That's the left arm, obviously the Russian signal for a long throw, and United getting the ball back to Les Sealey in a rather indelicate way, from one player onto the back of the other, and the ricochet is picked up by Sealey. The long one from him, and Robbins unable to make any contact. Webb just touches it off towards Irwin. Long one from Irwin. McClare out on the right, but can't get to it. The ball behind him virtually all the time there, looking over the back of his head as the ball dropped. And here's Wallace now with space between him and the goal line, and a rather uncompromising stop there by Blackmore, who beams all over his face, and the free kick given. Anything but a professional foul, that one. Wallace just ran straight into Blackmore, and the body check worked. Now that was a trip, and that will be a ticking off for Mark Robbins, who's back in defence and trying to get through some work. He's been told by his manager Alex Ferguson that perhaps they would like to see a little bit more than just the goals coming from Robbins, but every time he touches the ball he seems to score, and so does Southampton. That was Rideout coming in, the former Villa man who's had some time in Italy, coming in on that one and making no mistake at all. So Mark Robbins giving away the free kick, and it was a costly one. Half an hour gone, and the free kick floated in, the Rideout header. It's 1-1. So it's been an interesting first half, but those goals 10 minutes apart have come at either end of Old Trafford today. McClare with that first, Rideout with the second. 1-1 it is as the half-time whistle goes. It's going to be interesting in the second half. Can United get themselves back on top? We shall see. Referee Applin blows the whistle to signal the start, and Glenn Cockrell gets things underway. And George Best has a saying, you know, that he reckons that if you put a bet on with one of your friends within 5 seconds of the kick-off that the team that kicks off will lose possession of the ball, it's very often that you'll win that bet. But Southampton on this occasion decided to hold it by playing it back to the keeper and then lose possession. Anderson, a touch off for McClare. Good closing down by Southampton, but United still hold it. This is Irwin. Came to United from Oldham. The crowd don't like it when United play the possession football, which keeps them the ball and makes Southampton come at them. And that was a little bit of inexperience there from Robbins, caught offside and just hanging around behind Neil Ruddock as he went up for that ball. Southampton have it then. Can they surprise United after getting back in this game with a quarter of an hour to go before half-time? Mike Phelan, good work by him, holds off the challenge and runs forward. Phelan, good ball inside. That's Hughes. He's got plenty of options open to him, decides to use Phelan again. Irwin's just in front to the left, so too is Webb. Good long high cross from Webb, a chance for United, and it's gone in, and it's taken Blackmore with the head this time. The man with the lethal foot uses the lethal head. 62 minutes gone, Blackmore rising on that far post from the cross floated over by Webb, and that makes it 2-1. Blackmore scored in midweek against Pate Mudcas, the Hungarian side, with one of his fierce pile drivers, but that was a delicate header that puts United 2-1 up in this game. Southampton come forward, and there is Donaghy to sweep up for United and get the ball back to Seeley, who wants to slow things down, and he wouldn't be bothered if the back four played the ball amongst themselves all afternoon. The crowd would, mind you. Seeley gets it going again. Letitia loses out. Good ball from Blackmore across to this far side, this near side rather, and Phelan starts play rolling again. Robbins, Phelan, Irwin. The little touch on, here's Hughes. Mark Hughes with a chance, can he score? Yes, he can! Hughes with a dance of delight. Picked up that ball, Southampton waiting to see if Hughes is offside. Hughes kept going down to the byline. Hughesy goes up the cry, and it's 3-1. Mark Hughes is back for United, his first league goal of the season, in fact his first goal of any kind, and he'll be delighted to see that one going in. Southampton come back. Still time for Southampton to salvage something. Wallace. He's so like to score, wouldn't he? Against his brother's club as his brother watches. Anderson closing things down. Robbins. Hughes, the hero of the afternoon, getting pushed out of it there, but the referee says he wasn't pushed. The United bench weren't so pleased about that one, but Alex Ferguson will have to sit down alongside his assistant Archie Knox as the throw's taken. And a push by Anderson in the back of Shearer gives away a free kick which is quickly taken. Wallace it is. Can he work it in from this left-hand side? Tries the 1-2, but there is Phelan, so often playing in that central defensive midfield role for United, and now in an attacking role, out on the left. Phelan, the left winger. Now here's Webb to Robbins. Can Robbins get one? Not this time, it's Irwin. Irwin getting closed down by Wallace and takes the ball too far. But gets the applause again. Another big crowd, 41,228, and that's the third crowd of over 40,000 for a league game at Old Trafford this season. It's also the smallest attendance for a league game this season, would you believe it? Southampton 3-1 down and hoping to get back something from this game. United have got other ideas. Phelan doing the closing down as Cockrell brings it forward. Substitute Cook coming in. Andy Cook, the long high ball, but there's a chase on for Letitia, who's been a bit disappointing this afternoon. Matthew Letitia, the England man, and I think a lot of fans had turned up this afternoon hoping to see something from him, but not his day. Certainly been United's day. And here's a chance though for Wallace. Oh, well. Rodney Wallace with the left foot shot which hit a defender. United had stopped. Wallace, was he offside? The fans certainly thought he was, and that one goes in off a defender and makes it 3-2. 71 minutes of the game gone then, and Southampton think they've got a chance of making it 3-3. Blackmore back to Seeley, and United slowing things down. and looking for the 3 points. Leading by 3-2, McClare, Blackmore and Hughes. As the referee looks at his watch, and time running out for Southampton. A last flurry from them perhaps. Substitute Cook again. Out towards the Tizier, he's offside. And the fans who decided to start drifting away, although it always beats me how you can drift away when your side's leading by an odd goal and there's a couple of minutes to go and anything can happen. They're leaving the empty seats in that new all-seater section. Alex Ferguson and Archie Knox know that the whistle's about to go, and I think Les Sealey does too. A win today will put United in 3rd place, and that win is on the cards. As the whistle goes, there it is. The 3-2 victory for United, who move up into 3rd place in the table. A satisfactory afternoon, and Blackmore scores with his head. Mark Hughes gets his first, and the other one, of course, from Brian McClare in the 20th minute. October the 27th, 1990. It's high noon and it's a showdown at Main Road. Manchester City versus Manchester United, the Manchester derby, and no place for the faint-hearted. Last time United were here, they lost 5-1. But keep that quiet amongst your friends, because this afternoon Alex Ferguson's fighters hope to pick up where they've been leaving off just lately in the league, or rather in the cup, because they slipped up in the league a couple of games, lost to Forest and to Arsenal, but in the cup, and the Cup Winners' Cup, beat Pechmankas in Hungary by 1-0, beat Halifax by 2-1, beat Wrexham 3-0 in the Cup Winners' Cup, and now they find themselves on their old hunting ground. Hughes. And that's Redmond for City. And the boos for an incident off the ball there when Mark Ward went down. Tony Coton in the City goal gets things going. White, but back comes the United defence. United, Sealey, Irwin, Martin, Bruce, Blackmore, Pallister, Webb, Ince, McClare, Hughes and Lee Sharp on this afternoon. This is Ince. I'll give you the City lineup in a moment. That was a challenge coming on from Adrian Heath on Ince, but the referee waves play on. Peter Reid to White. There's a chance of a break down this right-hand side for City, and Sealey has to come off his line, and Sealey gets caught there, and that was nasty. It was Gary Megson sliding in, and Les Sealey didn't like that one bit. Referee Roger Milford has a close look, and Howard Kendall on the City bench continues chewing. The City lineup: Coton, Harper, Poynton, Reid, Hendry, Redmond, White, Heath, Quinn, Megson and Ward. On the substitutes bench: Donaghy and Wallace for United, Brightwell and Allen for City. That's Blackmore on a run through for United, but the ball knocked back all the way to keeper Coton. That's Colin Hendry, came to City from Blackburn Rovers. White and Blackmore. A little bit scrappy at the moment, both sides trying to find a way and feel their way through. David White, the speed merchant. Martin back to his keeper, Sealey. Lee Martin, the United FA Cup final hero in that replay, the man who got the goal, and it's a game Les Sealey won't forget. Neil Webb wears the captain's armband for United this afternoon as City go on a break, and Bruce, who vacated that armband, did well because White was breaking down the centre. Sharp to Bruce, and Bruce the long ball, but there's no support for him, and it's out of play. Martin, there he is, the young man from nearby Glossop via Denton, which is a district of Manchester. Here's White, another Mancunian. White on his way through, but the whistle has gone. That looked like an opportunity for City, but the linesman had spotted an infringement. And Steve Bruce had felt the infringement. The rain coming down here at Main Road as Steve Bruce airs his feelings about the little knock he just got there. Gary Megson comes across to make sure that all is well, and Gary Pallister, who also seems to be hobbling, moves across into the centre of the field. Free kick then to United. Martin will take. And that was Hughes coming in on the back of Hendry there, and it was Hughes who's adjudged to have been the culprit in that incident. The crowd letting Mark Hughes know their feelings, and referee Milford with the tough task of keeping both these sides in control, makes certain that there's no repeat of the incident which occurred at Old Trafford in the last league game United played, when there was a much publicised outbreak of, call it fighting if you wish. Steve Bruce described it as handbags at 10 yards. Throw to City on the right. Foul throw? No. Good throw, says the linesman standing right next to Alan Harper. And here's a chance for Quinn, and it's a goal! And the man who got that one was David White. Niall Quinn tried the flick. It was a shot from Quinn, really. It didn't quite come off. It just went across towards David White. And City take the lead. 21 minutes gone. David White puts the Blues in front. And United, well, really rocked there. David White, the scorer, local lad. And he'll be hoping that City can add to that goal. Redmond puts the ball out of play. United look for the equaliser. Memories of last year come back. Here's Ince. Poor one from him, but Martin was there. This is Sharp, first time we've really seen him. The left foot gets going. Good cross from Sharp, but good catch from Colton on his near post. And nobody really challenging for that ball. And here's a chance for Heath, but offside, as United had moved forward, and Pallister and Bruce gambling there on the offside trap. The linesman was quick to spot it, but some worried expressions there on the United bench. Norman Davis, the kit man. Brian Kidd, the former United striker, just behind Jim McGregor, the physio. Reed doesn't quite get to it, appeals for handball, but it's David White who's buzzing for City. To Poynton to Ward. Now what can little Ward do? He can find Redmond, and a chip on, and here's a chance for White. What can White do? He can make it too. David White gets his second. 6 minutes apart, those goals, and White making no mistake at all after that little flick on in the middle by Heath, and the City fans celebrate. David White 2, Manchester United 0. McClare. Ball out of play for a throw, and Dennis Irwin across to take it as United try to sort out the wreckage of this game. McClare to Irwin, prod from Irwin, Blackmore's shot, and that one rebounded and could have gone in. It goes for a corner. We've seen one deflection leading to a goal for City, and that almost led to a goal for United from Blackmore, who scored in the last derby game played at Old Trafford. Webb. Pallister was up there, and Poynton wanted that ball. But no, City clearing the danger. Redmond heads out, only as far as Blackmore. Hacked knocked away by City, and the City fans sound like the bullfight crowd at the moment, cheering every time City touch the ball. And United holding out and looking to try and get back into this game. 2-0 they trail. Steve Bruce, always a fighter, wants to get things going. Alan Harper with the throw. Former Everton man, as so many of these City players are, and that man was as well. Howard Kendall, former Everton player and manager. Ince battling for the ball with Reed and Ward, and scrambled clear by City as far as Bruce. Bruce to Irwin. Irwin's last game here, the semi-final of the FA Cup when he played for Oldham at Main Road. 2 semi-finals, the second of which was won by United. The first as memorable as the second. Tremendous draw. That's Neil Webb, back after that long absence, 7 months out with an Achilles tendon injury. And here's Irwin with the free kick. Hughes! Oh, Mark Hughes, what a super goal that was! The Irwin free kick, the Hughes header. Does Mark Hughes ever score with his head? We're often asked that. There's your answer. Mark Hughes, a super goal. So, it was the Irwin free kick, floated over to perfection, and Hughes got away from his markers, rose above everybody, hung in the air, and Redmond could only look on as the ball hit the back of the net behind Tony Coton. Hughes was way above everybody. So we have a game on our hands now. 2-1 City lead. Hughes halves the lead. Can United get back in? Webb. Good deflection there from the outstretched leg of Hendry. Worked well for City. And here's Redmond coming forward, but Pallister's there again for United. Webb dances over the challenge, another free kick. The challenge coming in from Poynton. And a little bit too hard, says referee Milford. Playing Webb instead of the ball. And the free kick has been given. Carbon copy almost of the free kick which led to the goal for Hughes. Can United get the second? Here's Irwin. But no Hughes this time. It drops for Sharp. On the left-hand side from Bruce. Bruce back again and headed away easily by the City back four. The break on for White. Has he got the legs to get past Irwin? He's very fast, David White, but not that fast, and Irwin is able to knock it back to Seeley. It's been an interesting derby first half so far, with City taking that 2-goal lead after 27 minutes. United hitting back after 36, and here's Sharp trying to get the equaliser. A lovely ball from Sharp, and nobody on the end of it. It drops for Webb. Webb with a chance to shoot, tries the chip shot, and back there was Gary Megson, and he puts it out for the corner. Webb was trying to float one to the top corner, and he also tries to calm things down and tell his colleagues what he was trying to do there. Megson was the hero, former Sheffield Wednesday player. And here's the former Leeds player at one time, Irwin, with a deep cross. Webb's under it, and it's a good save by Coton. Tony Coton from Pallister. Pallister on the back of David White, was it? No, it was Niall Quinn, but Quinn on the deck this time as Pallister nicks his feet away from him and takes the ball at the same time. The ball going out of play on that far side. Irwin takes the throw. Big crowd here at Main Road for this derby. Nowhere near as big as derbies in the past though, because there's been crowds of 70,000 on this ground. In fact, the capacity is way above that. But as the half-time whistle comes, it's 2-1 to City in front of a 35,000 crowd. And David White with 2, Mark Hughes with 1, the scorers. So United with it all to do in this second half. Can they get themselves back in this game? So important in Manchester for pride, for passion and for credibility over a pint on a Saturday night. If your side loses, you stay home for at least a week. There's Sharp. Irwin inside, but back there is Heath, and Ince comes across and gives his old pal Mark Ward a pat on the back, former teammates at West Ham. And Paul Ince, a happy little fella, so little actually, he's quite tall, but happy young man whose ambition it is to one day captain United. Who knows, perhaps he could. Said he'd like to lead them out in the cup final. Like I just said, who knows? Perhaps he could. There's now Quinn from Arsenal, from the bench to the first team and to the goal front for City. Irwin, whose career began at Leeds before he moved to Oldham, couldn't get in the side and then finishes up as a £650,000 steal by United, according to Joe Royle. More money to be played when he's played more games for the Republic of Ireland, but at this moment in time the Oldham manager Royle reckons that Alex Ferguson got a bargain. Mind you, he's a Scotsman. There's another one, Hendry with that free kick. Martin loses out and Heath trying to get it across. Here's Reid. The touch back inside, but Seeley will collect. Alan Harper. Now City to break again. Heath into the middle. Reid, always the architect behind the moves of City. Peter's been around, of course, began his career not so very far away at Bolton Wanderers before moving to Everton, and from there down to Queen's Park Rangers, from where Howard Kendall bought him and persuaded him to come back to the Northwest and to Main Road. Here's Blackmore for United, and a little touch on there by Redmond, and that could easily have gone in his own goal. Steve Redmond risking all to get a touch to that one and knock it out for a corner, but he only made slight contact. Better contact would have really put Tony Colton under some threat. Here's Neil Webb. The ball won't come down. Steve Bruce trying to bring it down after the Pallister leap. It's stuck on his shoulder. It wouldn't come down. And oh dear Pally, says Brucey to his big mate. Free kick for City. Makes and takes. United clear. A run forward by Poynton. That's stopped as well. Ince. Reid closes him down. Martin. Now Colin Hendry picking it up near the halfway line. Hendry forward. The 1-2 with Quinn. Hendry's still on. It's there. Colin Hendry makes it 3-1 and City are celebrating. 3-1 in a derby game and you've won it. Can United get back? Blue Moon, sing the City fans. We've won this one 3-1. They sing. United try to get back. They, of course, have got other ideas. A free kick on the right. This is where the first United goal came from. Hughes, the man who got it, but it's banged away by Redmond. And it's Heath. The rain still comes down, and Niall Quinn has to chase back and play left fullback for his side, picking out Coton. Redmond, Reid off the field now. United are going forward. McClare, oh Brian McClare with the sweetest of goals. The interception in the middle of the field, and United pounce after the substitution of Peter Reid. On comes McClare on this lovely run forward and slides the ball past Tony Colton. A glorious goal. It's 3-2. McClare did so well. Brightwell couldn't get the ball away. He's the one who's come on as the substitute, almost his first touch, or trying to be a touch, and McClare tucks it away, and it's 3-2. So United are back in the game. There's 10 minutes to go. Can United salvage something from a game which City look to have won? Well, the last derby game produced 6 goals, 5 for City, 1 for United. So far we've seen 5 goals, 3 for City, 2 for United. And with Lee Sharp off, Danny Wallace comes on for United. And the fresh legs, United hope, can lead to the equaliser. And here is Wallace straight away. And United win a corner. Wallace is persistent. The United fans behind Tony Coton's goal celebrate because United have won a corner. Or have they? The referee is having a word with somebody as Roy Bailey, the City physio, comes on to treat a player. It is a corner. And the man who's had the treatment is Redmond, but United now with their tails up. Can they snatch something from the jaws of death? Webb's corner. Bruce. McClare! Yes! Brian McClare gets the goal and makes it 3-3. Steve Bruce headed on the corner. McClare was there. And 2 minutes after United came back into this game, it's suddenly 3-3. A little touch on by Steve Bruce. McClare was on the near post. Webb's corner aimed wide and away from all the defenders, and McClare close in. It's his second goal of the afternoon, and that is 3-3. What was I saying about 6 goals in a derby? 6 goals in the derby at Main Road last year, 6 goals this year, but the taste is much sweeter for United. 3-3. United doing all the pressing now. City are falling back, and here's a chance from another set piece, a free kick on the right hand side. Once again, that's how the scoring started for the Reds, remember, when Mark Hughes got it. Pallister. That wasn't so far away. Tony Coton saw that one at the last second. Gary Pallister hit it on the volley. The ball comes across, it's flicked across by a defender, and Pallister just volleys this one, and Tony Coton did well to get underneath it. That would really have been a turn-up, wouldn't it? From 3-1 down to 4-3 up, but it stays at 3-3. The final whistle goes. City will be sick as the proverbial parrots, and Brian McClare has a smile as broad as any Glaswegian smile can be. The former Celtic player celebrates. Steve Bruce consoles Colin Hendry, and it's a 3-3 draw in the derby at Main Road. The 3rd of November, 2 days before the fireworks, but there could be plenty of fireworks this afternoon. Michael Reid, the referee, gets this game underway. United versus Crystal Palace. They meet for the first time since that cup final replay, and a score to settle for Palace, and of course for United. Pallister, Webb, and the challenge comes in and shows the intentions of John Salako and of Crystal Palace. Steve Coppell's side: Martin, Humphrey, Shaw, Gray, Young, Thorne, Salako, Thomas, Bright and Wright, and Barber start the game. This is Blackmore for United. Salako again, Blackmore to Sharp, and that's Wallace. United lineup: Seeley, Irwin, Blackmore, Bruce, Phelan, Pallister, Webb, Ince, McClare, Wallace and Sharp. No Mark Hughes for this game, and Martin and Robbins are the substitutes. Talking of Martins, this is Nigel Martin, the £1 million goalkeeper of Crystal Palace. Pallister. Sharp with a chance to run, and he's going to run if he can. Is Lee Sharp is brought down, and Palace once again arguing with the referee, and Andy Gray is taking the wrong sort of tack with Michael Reid, because referees this season swift to punish anything. Free kick though for United to perhaps bring in the right boot of Clayton Blackmore, or are we going to see the chip from Webb? Paul Ince is the conductor and the orchestra waits in the wings. Blackmore, it was the right foot and it was the bender, and it bent just too far on the Stretford end. Applaud those across to the right of our picture would have thought that one was going closer than it did. United 6th in the table at this moment, and Palace just in front of them. And it's very rare that Crystal Palace have been above United in the league for a clash at Old Trafford. However, they are today as Clayton Blackmore takes the throw. Last year when Millwall came to Old Trafford, second placed in the table, they were beaten by 5-1. Is that an omen? We shall find out as this game progresses. That's Ince battling for it, and Blackmore once again trying to get Sharp going down the left-hand side, and Sharp gets there. Sharp getting closed down by Humphrey. In fact, Salako's come across as well, but Sharp decides he can beat them both, finds Ince. Oh, and there was Neil Webb. I don't really think Webb intended to plant the ball exactly there, but it screwed it off his left foot. A delicate touch in the end, and it's 1-0. 11 minutes of the game gone. The cross from Sharp, the little work there from Wallace it was, and there was Webb to finish off with that left foot shot, and that makes it 1-0. Brian McClare right behind the Palace man there, as once again the flag is raised for offside by this near side linesman, and the sun causing a few problems for Les Sealey down at that scoreboard end goal, but Palace not really able to take any advantages of it and unable to use the high ball which would trouble the United keeper. Pallister takes the free kick, and Les Sealey looks rather bemused. What should I do? Says Les Sealey. Where have you all gone? He rolls the ball out to this left-hand side for Blackmore. Here's Wallace, Danny Wallace getting round the defence, and Danny Wallace dances through. A delightful goal from Wallace. The goal really coming from nothing. The move down the left-hand side, the touch on by Webb, and so it's thank you very much. Wallace to Webb for the first, Webb to Wallace for the second. Danny Wallace celebrates the goal coming from that left-hand side, and Sharp trying to attack again down this left down. Lee Sharp, closed down every time by two men, gets a corner, and that's United's first corner of the game. Neil Webb, usually the man who takes the corners on the left-hand side. There he is, putting the ball on the edge of the quadrant at the famous Stretford end. And Webb, the right foot in-swinger. And keeper Martin, totally untroubled by that one. United leading by 2-0, 11 minutes Webb, 19 minutes Wallace. And a comfortable first half for the Reds. Phelan is able to find Les Sealey with Eric Young playing his first game for Palace at Old Trafford, the former Wimbledon defender, making sure that Les Sealey knew that he was around. Sealey using the modern ploy of rolling the ball out of the area, the long one downfield, Young's there, he's got back in defence, and Webb sets things going again for United. Irwin the touch off for McClare. McClare with support in front, finds Wallace, Wallace goes down, penalty, no, the referee puts both hands behind his back and refuses to be tempted on that one, although Wallace was running across the edge of the box it looked pretty close. Here's Webb again. Tries the shot, tried the chip. Martin had come off his line, and Webb says it could have been 3 if that had been lower. Neil Webb out for such a long time after being injured, playing for England in Sweden, limped out with an Achilles tendon injury. He's fought his way back, came back in at the end of last season, played in the cup final against Palace, both cup finals that is, and found himself picking up a cup with his medal. So too did Les Sealey, and that was the biggest surprise in Les Sealey's life, you can bet your bottom dollar. The Luton Town reserve goalkeeper had a bit of a row with Luton, and he's a hero at Old Trafford as Mr. Reid decides that's half-time, and Captain Webb standing in for Captain Robson, and Danny Wallace are the scorers. So the second half gets underway, and Palace employ the long ball down the left-hand side, but that's easy pickings for United. And another big crowd here this afternoon, in excess of 40,000 once again. We'll confirm the official attendance pretty soon, but United averaging 45,000, and Palace not so very far away from getting a goal. And Steve Coppell, the former United hero, and now of course the Palace manager, who stands by the side of his box watching this game a la Dalglish, didn't actually leap to his feet, he was already there as that one came over, but no doubt he thought that Palace had fought their way back. Still 2-0. Irwin sweeping up where Wallace tried to pick him out with the pass. And this is Richard Shaw with a throw for Palace. Chance for the big men to make something of it, but Ian Wright, such a prolific goal scorer, unable to get that ball into a shooting position, being closed down all the time and never quite in full control. Brighton Wright not on the score sheet this afternoon, and that's a rarity. Sealey again. Ince and Blackmore playing in a striker's role as United have reshuffled, turns the ball back and gets a chance of a shot, and Blackmore's shot going goalwards, but just took a deflection, and here's Irwin. Irwin again, and the ball over to the far post, and Blackmore, who has scored a goal a couple of weeks ago against Southampton with his head, was very close to getting another one there. It's very rare that Clayton Blackmore heads a goal, and anyone with a cannonball shot usually gets the goals that way. Irwin's back there, Wallace has gone off, and United have Lee Martin playing left full-back, and Blackmore has moved into midfield because of that. As the game nears its close, and Les Sealey will knock this one downfield. Victory this afternoon will keep United in 6th place. Those 3 points very valuable. As Irwin goes on the break again, United look for more goals. Irwin gets a second attempt, puts the ball across into the middle. Knocked away though by Palace. Sharp didn't quite control it, got closed down quickly by Humphrey, and he gets it away and up towards the halfway line. Gray forward, and there's Martin, the first time we've seen him in the picture over on that far side, as once again Pallister is called upon to clear the danger. Sharp, and there is Lee Martin. The long ball back to Les Sealey, and Lee Martin will remember for all his life the last time he played against Crystal Palace and the goal that he scored, and so too will every United supporter who was around in May 1990 when Brian Robson collected the FA Cup for the third time in his career as United skipper. Robson not so very far away from a comeback, and United not so very far away from picking up the 3 points this afternoon. The referee, Mr. Reid, looks at his watch. 45,724 supporters were at this game when it kicked off. A lot of them have drifted away now as Palace go through the motions, and United look towards a 2-0 victory. McClare, perhaps they can make it 3. Down the left-hand side for Sharp, but a little bit clumsy by the England under-21 man. Ball just spins out of play off Humphrey, and United have the throw. Sharp again, and gets the corner. And so United going to go out on a high note, as the Palace supporters behind Nigel Martin's goal hope that the scoreline stays as it is, or that Palace can get down to the other end and lower the deficit. Webb with the corner. Once again, Young's underneath it, and Martin makes the clean catch as the final whistle goes, and that is that. United beat Crystal Palace by 2 goals to 0. The scorer of the first goal was the stand-in skipper, Neil Webb. Danny Wallace got the second, and United 6th in the table as the red carpet is out for the Reds.